welcome to my channel. I'm Mark, this is Mark's Mods, and today guys we are going to be doing our Lancaster bomber build. So we are going to do issue, it's really hard in this camera, 5 of Build the Lancaster Bomber. I don't know why, I think it's because it's so small. Anyway, we're going to be doing issue 5 of the Lancaster Bomber, and today we're going to be working on the pilot seat and controls. Oh boy, have we got some small parts. My word, I'm definitely going to have to put my glasses on for this one. Even I might have to put my magnifiers on because, oh Jesus, there's a lot to do. I don't think I've ever seen such small parts like this before. Well, yeah, I probably have Bismarck, but we all know what happened with that. I just couldn't do it. But I'm determined to do this model. So yeah, this should be fun. Lots and lots of detail. That's all I'm going to say. This thing is heavily detailed, which is great, which is fantastic, but it just does take its time. And then it does take its time when I have to edit and upload it as well. So not the easiest thing to do in the world, but anyway, it's fun. That's what part works are. Model building is fun, it's relaxing. So just kick back, have a brew, and yeah, see me tackle very small parts. Anyway, with all that said, let's get modelling. Okay guys, now I'll show you the size of the box this came in. This is the box. You compare it to my hand. There we go. Don't be fooled, because that's the part that came out of the box. Oh dear, we got a lot to do. Okay, so we're going to need this from what we worked on previously. And we've got a lot of fiddly parts to put in, and a lot of glue in. So I'm going to just put some more glue in my pot. And I'm just going to sort out the end of my glue stick. And that was a lot of build up just from the previous issue. But okay. Right, so hopefully this goes okay. Right, so the first thing we're going to put in, now I'm going to work from the back of this forwards, so it's going to be a lot easier that way. The first bit we need to put in is, I'm going to start with this little sort of gauge here. Now I'm just going to bob a bit of glue in there. Now this is half moon shaped, so it can only go in one way, but I think I'm definitely going to have to get my tweezers on this one because this is small. Okay, so that is in place. We've got this that's going in next. This is going to go into a slot just at the back there. Okay, now I don't know if I'm going to get a good enough grip on this to be able to put it in with my tweezers because it's in a funny place. And not funny as in ha funny. Right, that's in place, so that looks like that. Next we've got these bits, grab them, that are going in next. These are going to go at the front. Well, no, actually they're going to go in the middle. So, we'll start with the big one first, so bit of glue in there. Again, we've got smaller pegs and larger pegs, so can only go in one way. Now, by the time we finish this is going to be extremely super detailed. The smaller one is just going to go on the end there. Again, larger peg and smaller peg, so it can only go in one way. Okay, so that's that bit done. The next two bits we need, these two bits here. Now, I'm going to go for the small one first. Might as well. Again, this is half moon shape, so it can only go in one way. I do like it when they do that, but it's in a tiny, tiny corner. So let's see if we can get this in with no difficulties. Okay, that's in. That was a little bit easier than what I thought. Next, we've got a... It doesn't really say what they are, so the next bit we've got is going to go into this hole just here. I always keep checking the instructions just to make sure that I'm correct. Okay, and again, it's half moon shaped. It can only go in one way. Now, this gives me a little bit of a better grip with it being a bit bigger. So I can kind of put that in with my fingers. Okay. So that's in place. I'm just not happy with the way it's sitting. Okay, now I'm happy with that. Okay, so that's in place. Next, what we need to do, we've got this framework here. Now this is going to go on. I'm just looking at what 4 tabs it's asking us to put this into. So there should be 4 raised tabs with half moon shapes. So if I glue them, I can show you where they are. So we've got one down there, one here, one here, and then we just got one right at the back just there. Okay, so hopefully this should go in. It is half moon shaped again, so again only should go in one way. So that is one side in, and that is the other side in. That has gone in nice and smoothly. Okay, just moving that to one side just for a second while we work on the next bit. We need this bit here, and we need this bit here, and we need to put this into this. Again, half moon shape, so only can go in one way. A bit more glue, and we'll get this in. Okay, that's in. That was nice and simple. Right, so this is going to go in. We've got a hole just in the centre there. So if I show you again where I put my glue stick, it's just going to go in just there. Okay, that is in place. Right, so the next bit we need is this piece here. This is going to go into the 2 holes just there. Again, as I put my glue in, you can see the holes it's going into. So a small hole there. A little bit too much glue, but large one there. I can actually solve that bit too much glue just by getting a cotton bud and just getting it off. This glue always dries clear, so it's not going to make a massive haze mark on it. And then that's into place just like so. Right, now the next bit we need, I'm a little bit cautious about this. We've got this piece here. Now this is going to go into a hole just on this red bit. So again, glue sort of show the point. Now this has got like a curved section on it. Now we need it curving upwards when we put this in. Now this is one of the bits that I did look at and thought this could be a little bit tricky. Right. So let's hopefully it isn't. Okay, that has gone into place. Right. So the next piece we need is this piece here. Now this piece is going to be going on basically like onto there. So again, bit of glue. And also we need a tiny bit of glue just into that notch there, because the other end of that bar that we just installed is going to be going into the end of it. So it's always tricky when you're doing these. Right, that's bobbed in. Then get that bit that we put in. Okay, that's in place. Oh, right, we've got another bar to put in, which is this one here. Now this one is going to go in to the two endpoints just on there. And again, it's got like an oval section, so that needs to be facing upwards. Now I'm just going to flat out the end of my glue stick because it is bunged up already. Okay, so that's sorted. So for years I did use cocktail sticks, but I just find this a lot easier to work with. This on a pin vise. Okay, that's in place. Oh, right, okay. Next, we've got these pipes here. Just when you think we're done, we're not. Now, these are going to go on. We've got a smaller one and a larger one. One's going to go into the end of this front pipe, and one is going to go into the end of the back pipe. So let's do the back pipe first, which I think is going to be the most difficult. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dip the end of the pipe, if I can pick it up, in the glue. I think that'll be a lot easier. Okay, so that has gone in place. A lot easier than what I thought. Then we've got a smaller pipe that's got to go in. I believe it's that end that goes in. I'm just going to double check this with the fit. Right, so just looking at the instructions, it does want the smaller end in, so let's dip that in. Okay, so that's them 2 pipes in place. Okay, wow. Right, next we've got some levers just here. So I've got this small one here. That is going to go just behind there. So got one just going in just behind, and it's the smallest one, so I'm going to use some pliers. It's again got a half moon shape on it, so can only go in one way. I think this would have been better with a Bismarck, to tell you the truth. If it was a lot more designed like this, it might have been easier to put the smaller parts in. But that's in place. Fantastic. So we'll do the bigger one. Again, half moon shaped, so it can only go in one way. And that's gone in beautifully. Wow. Okay, we can move this to one side for a second, because what we need next is our pilot seat. Now, we've got this very tiny detail to put in. I mean, I don't know if it's, I can hardly see this, it's that small. Alright, I think I'm just going to have to do my best on this one, guys. Really am. Because that is super small detail. Now, I don't think it's directional. That was close. That was very close to losing that then. Okay, that's in place. Wow. Okay. Next we need to do is we need to put the headrest on. That's just going to go into 2 pins just on here. Sorry, that really worried me. That was either going to lose that bit or lose it and never see it again. Right, so I'll put this backrest on. Or headrest. Okay, that's in place. That is really, yeah. Gonna have to be careful on that one. The next we need is these 2 arms here. Now they're going to be going into the back of the headrest and then going down into there. Right, so let's just these are tiny, absolutely tiny. Right, so put a bit of glue there. Bit of glue on there. Okay. So try and get it in the headrest first. And then no. Problem is the headrest has just come off. I have to get the headrest back on. I mean, to get them in position, that headrest is at a heck of an angle. But that's what it's saying. It's a heck of an angle, is that? So if I just put a bit of glue just on the back, it should hold that headrest in place. And then what I might do is just give that 5 minutes to finish, and then we'll give that 5 minutes just to dry, and then I'll get the other one in off camera, and then we'll come back to it. So back in a sec.
A few moments later.
Okay guys, I'm back and I've got all that in now. Wow, that is super detailed. The last thing, well, one of the last things we need to do for this seat is we've got some armrests to put in. And these are just going to simply go into the side just like that. So again, we're going to need some glue. Oops, I've dropped one on the floor. Oh, great. Can I see it? Yes, I can. Oh, thank goodness for that. That could have been a disaster and a half. These are small. Okay, that's one in. Do the other side. That was a bit easier to get in. So just putting them in. Okay, they're in place. Next, we're actually going to put the pilot seat on. So this is going to be going onto the two pegs that are just here. So okay, let's get this on. And this is the last thing to do on this. So line it up and put it on. And there we have it. One pilot seat for the Spitfire. That is crazy, crazy detail. Nice, but crazy detail. And that is all there is to do in this issue. Oh, wow, that was tough. That really was tough. But that is issue 5 complete. Well guys, that's it for issue 5 of the Spitfire. That was a tough one. That really was a tough one. That was very, very small detail. And I think issue 6 is just as bad as well for detail. Again, comes in a tiny box, but there's a lot of parts in it. A lot of tiny parts. So yeah, we'll see what this looks like at the end of issue 6. It is not the easiest to build, I've got to admit, but I like a challenge, and this is definitely a challenge I'm wanting to take on no matter what, because I really want this aircraft, and it's going to go fantastic with the Spitfire. Even though they're on different scales, it's still going to look fantastic. So yeah, the amount of maybe stopping and starting I might have to do on a video in order to get things done is probably going to be worth it to what we see in the end. Anyway guys, if you like this video, please give it a massive thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell, and you'll be notified of any future videos. But as for always, stay safe and bye for now.